very good morning to you. Nice to see you again today. Well, I think after 3 full days of fog, and really that has not cleared at all, I have to talk about light in darkness and about how sometimes it is very, very difficult to see the way ahead. Sometimes it is very, very difficult. We can't see a way through what we're going through, what we're experiencing. It doesn't seem to be any way. And everything seems not only dark, but foggy. Driving in the fog, I had to go to band last night and drive home again. I drove much slower than I normally drive because the fog was really quite thick. I was thinking about the verse in the beginning of John's Gospel, verse 5 of chapter 1 of John's Gospel, which says, "The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it." Sometimes life can be very dark, can seem very dark. There seems to be no light at all. And the promise we always have from God is that whatever we're going through, His presence is a comfort. His presence is with us. And even if we have to just go through one step at a time, through whatever life has thrown at us, one step at a time will still get us through. And the light has come to shine in the darkness. And sometimes it feels very dark, and it feels like nothing is ever going to change. And driving last night home, it just seemed, because I was going slower, that some of the roads were never ending, that we would never reach the end. But one step at a time is actually the way we're meant to live our lives. Trusting God for every step, knowing that He can see clearly ahead of us. He knows the way ahead, and He will be with us throughout whatever comes towards us. And it's wonderful, really, that Christmas is celebrated. I think it's quite deliberate that Christmas is celebrated in the darkest month of the year, really. And the lights that people decorate their houses with, I sometimes think, are over the top. But seeing those lights, every light is a reminder of the great light that has come into the world. The light of the world has come, and the darkness can't overcome it. The darkness can't extinguish it. When it's really, really very, very dark, the light of one torch penetrates amazingly. But I think the fog is something like, they talk about brain fog, don't they? There are times when our mind can't think clearly. We can't think clearly because the things that are going on around us have confused us and have prevented us from seeing a forward movement, a way through. But there is a way through. And the light has come to show us that way. And even if we're only going to go one step at a time, we're going to keep pressing on. We're going to keep moving. We're going to keep following the light who has come into our life. Jesus, the light of the world. There are a lot of traditions about Christmas that perhaps we feel pressurized into observing, and we don't have to do any of them if we don't want to. But the presence of light, the fact that so many of our decorations have light in them, bright light, coloured light, twinkly light. Light is such an important thing in our world because we need the light to see by. We need the light. And to see clearly, we need the light of the world. That light that Jesus came to bring. And as we read His word, we can ask the Holy Spirit to lighten our darkness, to help us see through the way that we have to follow. No one said it was easy. I think following Jesus is not easy. There are times, but the more mature we get, the longer we've been following him, the more we have to really live as mature Christians, as those who know. And when the doubts are thrown at us, we can repel them immediately by saying, no, 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 Jesus was sent as the light into the darkness. And however dark you try to make me think my way is, and however foggy you try to make me think my thinking is, if I cling to the light and follow him, if I bring everything to him so that he can apply his light to my thinking, then the way will become clearer. It's all about following. It's all about following carefully. And if you can't see the way ahead of you, wait for the Lord and ask him to show you the next step. Because that's his purpose. His purpose is to lead you through this life into his eternal kingdom. And that is wonderful. That in this life we learn. We learn to recognize the light. We learn to recognize truth. We learn to recognize the prompting of the Holy Spirit. All of which makes that path ahead of us a little bit clearer. The wind of the Spirit will blow and blow the fog away. It's what we need at the moment, atmospherically, is a bit of wind to blow the fog away. And sometimes we need the wind of the Spirit to blow away the cobwebs and the fog in our lives so that we can see clearly the way forward. God bless you. Have a good day. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.